Hey folks, Watson here from Watson's Reviews, and today we're looking at a compact but powerful and super easy to use robotic lawnmower from YARDCARE. So let's go ahead and check it out right about now. So this is the YARDCARE M800Plus robotic lawnmower, and it might be compact, but it can cover some ground up to about 800 square meters, and it does it in a nice orderly fashion, meaning nice straight lines, although it does have a couple different mowing modes, which we'll get into in a little bit. First, I want to give you a tour of the device, show you some of the main features, then how to get it set up and operate it so we can see how it did with my lawn. I'll give you a hint, pretty good. So right out of the box you've got the robot itself, the AC power adapter, the base station with the QR code backstop, and the hardware to install the base station into the ground. Plus you've got the instructions, and there's a little measuring stick built right into the box that you can use to check the length of your lawn. Nice. Let's take a look at the robot itself. On the top you've got the QR code for the app, which I'll get into in a minute. Then there's the manual stop button. Just give it a quick press and it shuts down any operation that happens to be going on. Then you've got the control panel and display. There's 4 indicator lights, one for Wi-Fi, one for the lock, a battery level indicator, and then a fault indicator. There's also 10 buttons. 5 of those are for setting the amount of work time you want, anywhere from 2 to 10 hours. Then you get the power button, the unlock/Wi-Fi button, the home button, which tells the machine to go to its docking station, the mowing shortcut, and the OK button. Next you've got this large dial on the top that's used to select the cutting height, so just turn to pick your height and you're good to go. The units are in millimeters, but it can trim grass between 0.8 and 2.4 inches if that helps. And lastly, on the top of the machine there's the visual camera with a built-in rain sensor, and although this does have GPS functionality, it uses the camera to detect obstacles and boundaries that are right in front of it. And then of course the rain detector tells it to go home if it's getting too wet out. And the robot does have some water resistance, but you don't want to mow your grass in the rain anyways, because it gets sticky and hard to cut. You probably know what I'm talking about. So looking at the side of the machine, you can see the big wheels here with the guards, big treads for good traction, and this can climb and mow a 36.4% or 20-degree slope, so those big treads are going to help. Also on this side of the machine are the charging contact points. When the machine docks, that's where it gets charged up from. Now let's flip it over. On the bottom you've got the swivel wheels or casters. Then there's the main blade disc with a protection disc over it. Then you've got the cutting blades there. There's also a main power switch. Don't forget to turn that on or the machine won't charge or do anything. It's kind of tucked away there with a weatherproof shield. Then of course you can see the driving wheels from the underside here. And it'll run for about 100 minutes per charge, and if the battery drops below 20%, it'll return to the base station. But it can mow a pretty sizable amount, up to about 800 square meters or 8,600 square feet. So it's got a pretty sizable battery in there that also recharges quickly if you're doing multiple rounds of mowing. And the mowing width is 180 millimeters or about 7 inches, which actually leaves a really cool pattern on the grass if you can see the parallel lines. It's kind of hard to show on camera, but it looks cool in real life. Alright, let's talk about setup. Setup's really easy. Just find a spot for the base station. I recommend setting it somewhere slightly protected, like under an awning. Then you can attach this QR plate to the base station. This is a visual cue for the robot to see as it's returning home. Then you've got these 6 screws that anchor the base station to the ground. It comes with an Allen wrench, so you don't need to use a power drill, but I did, because why not? And then you've got the extension cord, so you can plug into the nearest power outlet. And you can just set the robot right in there to start charging. Make sure the indicator light says you're good to go. So it should be fully charged shortly. Now we can talk about the app. Just scan the QR code to get the YARDCARE app. It's pretty cool that you can use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. If you're using Bluetooth though, you want to just make sure you stay within Bluetooth range, about 6 meters. So just set that up and everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. You can start and stop the mower, tell it to go home, etc. Pick your mowing mode. And you can also see how much battery you have left. So let's get mowing. I just use the app to run my robot, but if you want to use the buttons on the machine itself, feel free to do that. You can press the button for how many working hours you want, then press the play button, then OK, and that gives you orderly mowing. So that's a back and forth pattern combined with a session of random mowing afterwards, or you can just do random mowing on its own, or spiral mowing, which is good for spot mowing. Say you have a thicker patch of grass, you can set the mower down, set it to spiral mowing, and take care of that patch first. And then while it's mowing, if you want it to go home, go ahead and hit that big red stop button, press the home button, and then OK, and it'll go home. So this is great because there's no perimeter wires. It uses GPS and the visual obstacle avoidance. And it can recognize 150 plus objects. It was able to tell where my driveway was, where the yard sort of turned into the forest. It had no problem identifying a soccer ball and going around it. And it was really cool to just be able to set it and forget it. So another note on that camera, it's got 135 degrees of vision. With the wide angle camera, you combine that with the AI recognition system, it gets rid of the need for those boundary wires. And of course it detects the non-lawn areas like your flower beds and pathways in real time. So it's great not having to install any wires, no complex setup, use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and then it just automatically adjusts to everything else. Nice. I was also kind of surprised how straight the lines were, even though my yard is a little uneven. And like I said before, looking at those parallel lines on the lawn was pretty satisfying. So to sum up, the beauty of this product is in its simplicity. So if you have a yard that's 800 square meters or less, with clearly defined borders, you're pretty much golden. You just have to set it up the one time. Some advantages this has over a gas-powered mower is 1, you don't have to use gas at all, and 2, it's super quiet. Take a listen. It's also compact and lightweight, so if you have to store or transport it, you can easily lift the robot with just one hand. And as far as limitations, obviously this isn't going to cut as fast or as much at a time as a riding lawnmower, but the trade-off is, since it's completely autonomous, you don't have to spend any of your time mowing the grass. And that's really the bottom line. You just set it and forget it. And I'm already a big fan of YARDCARE products. I have their electric descarifier / dethatcher, and I've been super happy with that so far. So the M800Plus has been a great addition to my YARDCARE collection. Well, there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed the review. This thing, as you saw, is super easy to use. You just kind of set it and forget it, and it does a great job too. So check out the links below if you want to get 1 or 2 for yourself. And join us next time on Watson's Reviews. Watson out.